Yes, because CILASS was the unit that funded the island for the first year. We're funding the sort of ongoing the lease of the island from the Education and the Department of Information Studies Department for this coming year. But CILASS, because inquiry-based learning, it's certainly one of my interests. I'm actually an academic fellow in CILASS, so it's part of my time at the moment is focused particularly on inquiry-based learning. And I just wanted to take you out here. You might not want, you might not be interested in this from the point of view of yours, but the conference that we had a thread of in Second Life was the Learning Through Inquiry conference in June. And I also wanted to take you to the research steps model, which might be new since you were last here. And part of this, in fact, it's a very major initiative in the UK, has been to fund centres for excellence in teaching and learning. And CILASS is one of these, and there's been a lot of money. It got $9 million US over 5 years. That's just our centre, and there's 70 of these centres. So it's been a boost in trying to improve learning and teaching. And it's included the library as part of the partnership in CILASS, and information literacy is one of the core streams in this initiative. So it's an education initiative to do with focusing on teaching which encourages inquiry and gets the students to think up their own questions as well as thinking up the answers. And the librarians have been very much involved in that, and also had their own inquiry-based learning course, a course about inquiry-based learning over about 6 months with sessions at lunchtimes, as well as being partners in some of the projects to do with CILASS. And in the thread, it doesn't look actually very much, but there's a sort of object, a collection of objects over there, which is one of the sessions in the conference, was discussing what is inquiry-based learning, and the avatars were putting together sort of ideas about what things made up inquiry-based learning, which was a parallel activity to what the main conference was doing. But I think if we could go up to the research steps model, if you want to teleport up there.
I seem to be having trouble teleporting. I get almost there.
And it's worked really well because they understand more, and they've got more interested in thinking about, well, what does make something a good research poster? So they're learning about what makes good research as well. It turned out to be, it's something we sort of tried, and we weren't sure whether it would be okay or not, and it worked much better even than we thought. And the poster is part of their final mark, and the students assess the posters as well as the teachers. We weight it in favour of the teachers' marks, but in fact both years that we've run this class, the mark, sort of the average mark from the students and the teachers has been really very amazingly close, which I think is good.
Just getting some good visuals here.
Yes, I think those are probably the main things related to teaching and information. On the other side of the island, I can't remember whether I got the cute Hobbiton house when you were there. It's developed scenically, and at the moment it's part of it's a bit of a mess because I had student residences over there, and so I'm rethinking that. There weren't that many students who decided they wanted to live there. What I'm aiming to do is get one of those, get an open space, one of the spaces that's a lot cheaper than a usual island. What I'm aiming to do is get one of those, and then everyone who's using the island can use that as sort of a really big sort of sandboxy type area, but also if students want to put any homes or anything, they could do it on that area. I think that's probably better, and leave them to to choose their own hat, because I think that'll be more fun for them. I think one of the issues, I was a bit worried about letting students do what they like because of space and also because of number of prims. But I think if it's in that area over there, they can leave them more to their own devices.
I love this building, like all the, or I shouldn't say building, but the structure with the like glass floor. It looks very good on the screen.
Mm. Yes, it's a prefab, but I changed it. Well, for example, the floor was originally, I can't remember. I think it might have been wooden planks or something. But I made it semi-transparent and put on one of my. In fact, it's a photograph of a vapor trail in the sky, which I used as a sort of which you can see is on each cube. But I thought that was quite a nice subtle pattern. And then made it semi-transparent. I changed the colours and things to make it a bit, because it was it's sort of steampunk originally, really. And I've taken away some of the bits and made it more blue and white.
Yeah, I'll get some close-ups of the structure. Because this, how does a place feel? I mean, to me, this feels very cool. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I use prefabs really throughout the island, but then occasionally I've hacked them about a bit to get the look and feel that I wanted.